Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Shri Radha Govinda. Welcome to another episode of A Little Bit of Nectar. Today, we'll be reading from the Nectar of Devotion, Chapter 10, Meditation. In some of the Puranas, the evidence is given that if someone is simply meditating on devotional activities, he has achieved the desired result and has seen face to face the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this connection, there is a story in the Brahma Vaivarta Purana that in the city of Pratishpanapur in South India, there was once a Brahmana who was not very well to do. Sometimes he went to hear some lectures delivered by great realized souls. At one such meeting, while he was very faithfully hearing about Vaishnava activities, he was informed that these activities can be performed even by meditation. In other words, if a person is unable to actually perform Vaishnava activities physically, he can meditate upon the Vaishnava activities and thereby acquire all of the same results. Because the Brahmana was not very well to do financially, he decided that he would simply meditate on grand royal devotional activities, and he began this business thusly. Sometimes he would take bath in the river Godavari. After taking his bath, he would sit in a secluded place on the bank of the river, and he would concentrate his mind. When he had fixed the form of the Lord in his mind, he began to imagine in his meditations that he was dressing the Lord very nicely in costly clothing with ornaments, helmets, and other paraphernalia. Then he offered his respectful obeisances by bowing down before the Lord. After finishing the dressing, he began to imagine that he was cleaning the temple very nicely. After cleansing the temple, he imagined that he had many water jugs made of gold and silver. And he took all those jugs to the river and filled them with holy water. Not only did he collect water from Godavari, but he collected from the Ganges, Yamuna, Narmada, and Kaveri. Generally, a Vaishnav, while worshiping the Lord, collects water from all these rivers by mantra chanting. This Brahmana, instead of chanting some mantra, imagined that he was physically securing water from all these rivers in golden and silver water pots. Then he collected all kinds of worshipful paraphernalia, flowers, fruits, incense, and sandalwood pulp. He collected everything to place before the deity. All these nice waters, flowers, and scented articles were then very nicely offered to the deities to their satisfaction. Then he offered artik, and with the regulative principles, he finished all these activities in the correct worshiping method. He would daily execute similar performances as his routine work, and he continued to do so for many, many years. Then, one day, the Brahmana imagined in his meditations that he had prepared some sweet rice with milk and sugar and offered the preparation to the deity. However, he was not very satisfied with the offering because the sweet rice had been prepared recently and it was still very hot. This preparation, sweet rice, should not be taken hot. The cooler the sweet rice, the better the taste. So, because the sweet rice was prepared by the Brahmana very recently, he wanted to touch it so that he could know whether it was fit for eating by the Lord. As soon as he touched the sweet rice pot with his finger, he immediately was burnt by the heat of the pot. In this way, his meditation broke. Now, when he looked at his finger, he saw that it was burnt, and he was wondering in astonishment how this could have happened. Because he was simply meditating on touching the hot sweet rice, he never thought that his finger would actually become burnt. While he was thinking like this, in Vaikuntha, Lord Narayan, seated with the goddess of fortune Lakshmi, began to smile humorously. On seeing this smiling of the Lord, all of the goddesses of fortune who were attending the Lord became very curious and asked Lord Narayan why he was smiling. The Lord, however, did not reply to their inquisitiveness, but instead immediately sent for the Brahmana An airplane sent from Vaikuntha immediately brought the Brahmana into Lord Narayan's presence. When the Brahmana was thus present before the Lord and the goddess of fortune, the Lord explained the whole story. The Brahmana was then fortunate enough to get an eternal place in Vaikuntha in the association of the Lord and his Lakshmis. This shows how the Lord is all-pervading in spite of his being locally situated in his abode. Although the Lord was present in Vaikuntha, he was present also in the heart of the Brahmana when he was meditating on the worshiping process. Thus, we can understand that things offered by the devotees, even in meditation, are accepted by the Lord, and they help one achieve the desired result. Here is the nectar. Because of the mercy of our dear most Govinda, we are never limited in our ability to serve him. No matter our social distance or our condition, whether we be rich, poor, man, woman, child, at home or at work, on the bus or train, we can worship the Lord in our mind and he will accept it. Jai Shri Shri Radha Govinda.